Let's be real. I'm wearing this hat because one of my most amazing subscribers always requests it. And I do what I can for my subscribers. But that's not why you're here. Is it? No. No. Everyone talks about gold, silver, and ammo when it comes to barter. But honestly, that's kind of the only tip of the iceberg and really probably not the most effective thing for most people that is going to be barterable. So let's get down to it. Hi everyone, Morgan here. So in a true SHTF situation, which honestly I'm considering right now a true SHTF situation, okay? Because, we're in a global economic meltdown here, I think. And so I think that the more we can get together with our community and get involved with our community, that we are going to succeed. And maybe they will want cash, or maybe they will want silver or gold, but bartering and trading and being able to trade items with each other. Hey, I got some eggs. Oh, hey, I have this corn that I just grew. It was trade, okay? Here is the biggest trick. Your barter items should never drain your own preps, okay? If you remember a video a little bit back, a few videos back, I was trying to clean up this shelf because it's a nightmare, and I haven't done that yet. So shame on me. I'll get there eventually. I have other things to do, like talk to you guys. I don't want to organize this. I'm going to pawn that off on my husband. I'm not joking. I am going to pawn that off on my husband. He's a saint. Okay. Don't take personal items from your own stash. You need a closet or a bin or something that is specifically nice. The light on my phone just went out. This is the little light that I have connected to my phone. And I just want to show you guys this really funny. But I'm using this light now, and I just plugged it in to the jackery down here because it's the only plug I had available. But I just thought you guys would find that funny. For prepper influencer lighting emergencies. All right, Morgan, get back to it. This is serious business. Let's talk about the items in addition to those other things that we mentioned that you could be stockpiling. Hygiene items. I really like things like this no rinse body wash or hand sanitizer or any hygiene items. Soaps, shampoos, dry shampoos, hand sanitizer. Did I say that? Anyway, any hygiene items like toilet paper, okay? But don't take it from your own stash, remember, but have like a little bin with a little bit of this stuff in there. A lot of the like hotel toiletries, those are going to be really great barterable items, okay? Any medical items, and remember, not from your own stash, but in that barter bin is what I would be calling it. Next, I'd be calling this convenient foods, spices, flours, even things like this. The survival tabs would be pretty good for barter because I actually like these survival tabs. I did a test on them once, and they actually kind of like they kept me full, and I wasn't dying. And they have like a ton of nutrients in them and vitamins and minerals and stuff, and so it's not really all that bad. But anyway, survival tabs and just other convenient things, coffee, teas, things like that, that people will probably want and they don't have a huge stockpile of. Practical everyday items like glow sticks and flashlights, or this is like a little bulb. I don't like this one in particular. I need a new one because this one keeps running out of juice. I'll charge it and then I'll come back like a week later and it's zapped and I haven't done anything. So not great, but they do have some good ones that actually hold a charge. But anyway, other convenience items like super glue and tape and things like that, zip ties, tarps, hammer, nails, tools, things like that. That is also really important items for just everyday purposes. Oh, and of course, batteries. Those are like everyday things. People are going to maybe want ways to charge their phones, or, they're going to want batteries for, their no weather radio or whatever. Don't look at me. I will find it. Give me a minute. I know it was around here somewhere. Morale items. This is actually a little pocket reference guide that I got from my friend a while back, and I love it. I love this little pocket reference guide. But any morale items, cards, board games, maybe not full-on board games, but like card games, notepads, journals, coloring books, crafts, things like that. Those are barterable items because people are going to want morale boosters, okay? That might include also candy or chocolate, things that will boost people's will to live. You may have noticed I haven't mentioned a few things. I did not mention alcohol, I did not mention cigarettes, and I definitely didn't mention food and water. And that's usually because those things can be very high risk, even food and water, especially food and water, because people need food and water to live, right? And so when they know that you have an abundance of these things in order to barter, they may be a little well, sketchy, right? And especially when it comes to alcohol, cigarettes, really addictive items, I always recommend against it. Of course, you don't have to listen to me. You can have cigarettes and alcohol, you know, like the little bottles of alcohol in your barter bin, and do whatever you want. You know, I'm not here to tell you not to. I'm just saying that there's really high risk when it comes to those things because they are very addictive. So when these people know that you have this very addictive substance of theirs, they may find other ways to get it besides bartering, if you know what I mean. Of course, never reveal your full supply. If somebody says, hey, you know, do you happen to have this? You can be like, I don't know, you know, I'm going to have to look and see if I can spare it, you know, that kind of thing, like really play it up, okay? Trade in small quantities, you know, don't like be like, hey, here's a 5-gallon bag of rice, here you go. Like that's a really kind of dead giveaway, okay? So like trade in small quantities. Hey, here's a 4-pack of batteries. It's kind of all I could spare right now. Prioritize your trades. So prioritize what you need. Again, that's why having like a separate barter bin is important. You're not taking from your actual supplies. And you can get this stuff from the dollar store too. Like you don't have to go out and buy like these really expensive things. Get this stuff from the dollar store. Get those hygiene and the first aid and the batters from the dollar store. That's all fine stuff, okay? That's stuff that I have in my preps. But that's stuff that you could have in your barter bin, and then people will be very happy to have it. You may want to have a sort of menu in your head. And I say it like that, like, okay, this is worth this is worth that. And you may have a sort of idea of what something might be worth for something else. So, you know, you have these batteries and I might want these other things for that batteries. You know, kind of what it's worth to you. And don't, you know, gouge people and be crazy about it. But, you know, there is a worth to everything. There's always been a barter and a trade. And know that you will be bartering, you know, like just because you have that idea in mind doesn't mean that they're not going to be like, well, you know, let's talk about it, right? Stay firm, be fair, and understand that we're all humans and trying to get by, you know, like we can help each other. But of course, be firm in your belief in this. I've had a lot of people say that they want to trade, you know, a boat for, you know, like a desk. That's a really bad example, but it's stuff like that. You know, some people will think that your value is nothing, but when they're really desperate for it, it could be a little bit higher. It just kind of depends. But, you know, don't take advantage of people, but know that a barter and trade society is a good society to be a part of, especially with your small community. You could really get to know people. If a neighbor has, you know, bees, or if they have eggs, or if they have like a budding garden or something like that, you know, these are things that you could potentially trade for. And I say all that to say one last thing. Make sure that you have your personal and home defense on par. Make sure that you understand that just because you are trading and you might be trading with people you know, that doesn't mean that desperation won't make people do desperate things. Civilized society can always become uncivilized in a heartbeat. So make sure that you have your security in place for your personal and home protection. Go and check out my blog post about barter items, and then be sure to subscribe to my newsletter while you're there. Thank you so much for watching Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing today. Let me know down in the comments what you would barter and trade for, and feel free to disagree with me about anything, okay? Let's get this discussion going. Thank you all so much for watching Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.